Greetings YouTube, Sega Zombie here, and you're tuning in to the Retro Ghetto. Are you ready for some blast processing? Sega power!
Well, you know about Retro Ghetto, collecting and playing retro. Street Fighter on the Nintendo, I'm a veteran at this, not a pro. Lock into the Retro Ghetto, come and have a look around in the ghetto. We got Sonic and Staples Setto, lock into the Retro Ghetto.
Okay, so my Sega Mega Drive collection, one of my favourite consoles. I absolutely love the 16-bit era, and yeah, I can't wait to show you guys my humble collection. Anyone that watches my channel will know I'm in the process of packing up the games room, packing up my house, because we are currently buying a new property, and we're hoping to move in the next few weeks if the solicitors get their fingers out their arses. So yeah, we'll see about that. I'll probably be here next year. Sitting there surrounded by boxes. I'll have boxes behind me, that's all you'll be able to see on these videos. I start making videos about the best ply boxes and double thickness, because that's where I'm at right now. Bubble wrap. Anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand. My Mega Drive collection. One of my favourite consoles, as I say. And there's a lot of games I'd like to add to this collection. There's quite a few notable missions, but you know, I'm really enjoying collecting for it currently. And yeah, let's get into it. Just before I do though, I want to give a big shout out to Sega Zombie, one of the kings of Sega collecting here in the UK. For any reason you haven't seen his channel, make sure you take a look, make sure you subscribe. Great guy, amazing, does so much work for the community, and also he's very, very close to completing his PAL Mega Drive set. I think he's about 20 or so games away. So yeah, make sure you check him out, take a look. If you've got a game that he needs, help a brother out. But yeah, we're going to get into it. Before I do, actually, again, I'll keep teasing you. I wanted to thank you guys for all the comments and the feedback on my last video, which is my top 10 favourite video games of all time. I've absolutely loved making it as much as I've hated putting the list together. It's such hard work. But yeah, thanks everybody for the positivity. The second part is dropping on Wednesday. So yeah, you're going to find out what my favourite game is of all time. And yeah, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it. And yeah, can't wait to get the feedback from that. I'm sure there'll be some fallout, as well as some people that are happy to see my top 5. So let's crack on, shall we? Let's get through this Sega games. As you guys know, on these Sunday bonus videos, I don't mess about, I fly through it. Just let you guys see what I've got, really. So without further ado, these are in no order either. I've dropped them about 6 times whilst trying to get this set up, so yeah, they're all over the place, guys, so bear with me. We've got Super WrestleMania, Mickey Mania, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, Road Rash 2 and Road Rash 3. These are some of my favourite games on the system. I've said how much I would love a remake of the Road Rash games. B.O.B. or Bob, I think it's B.O.B. Quite a recent addition, Gods. I picked this up when I was game hunting at Game Shack, I think it was. Yeah, Gods. Tailspin, one of my Sunday morning cartoon favourites. One that I managed to add to my collection when I went to Vintage Gamer. Shout out to Nick. Always gives amazing prices. He gave me a great price on this. It was nice to add to the collection, and that's Wolverine. Adamantium Rage, I think it is. I can never say it right, but yeah, the artwork's fantastic. It's a blue spine game, it's expensive, and then you put it in the system and it's all downhill from there. But yeah, nice one to add for the shelf anyway. Yeah, one of my favourites on the system, Shinobi 3, Fatal Fury, Strider, a cartoon I used to love. This is so nostalgic for me. 90s kids will remember this. Sunday mornings. And yeah, Captain Planet. Just wholesome entertainment, wasn't it? Earth! Fire! There was that one guy wanting the heart. He wants to be heart. Anyway, the game wasn't very good, to be honest. But the cartoon was. Mega Games 1. Splatterhouse 2. Outrun. Miss Pac-Man. One that always reminds me of holidays as a kid. You know, like when you go to like Spain and Greece and stuff, and you have that. There was tabletop arcade machines. I think for some reason there was always like a version of this, Alex Kidd. We're going to play through that this year actually. Relatively expensive game now, and a very good game. That's Hyperstone Heist. I played through the SNES version, Turtles in Time, last year, and I played through this version as well. It's great to see the differences. I've spoken about on this channel before how much I'd like modern gaming to go back to having differences in the games between the different consoles, but I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, Hyperstone Heist. Another one that's creeping up in price and yet to play, but it's definitely on my list. That's Story of Thor. Heard good things about this one. Another Sunday morning cartoon favourite, Earthworm Jim. Revenge of Shinobi. Batman Returns. Power Monger. Never played that. Don't know anything about this game. Let me know in the comments if it's worth it. Jungle Strike. Chuck Rock. Sonic 2. Sonic. Toki. To complete the trilogy, OG Road Rash. And then a game that I had as a kid. And you know, like you have that game in your mind. I'm sure most of us have got that one game that we know we played in childhood, but we've never quite been able to find it again in adulthood. We don't know what it's called. And this was a random game for me. I just remember playing it, and I remember so vividly like the blocks. And then one day it sort of came to me, and I managed to find this, and that's Clax. Very nostalgic for me, that. PJ Tour Golf. A game that I don't think I've been more than 1 or 2 videos without mentioning. I'm not going to go on about it. You know how much I love it. Thunder Force 4. I'm on the lookout for the second and third one to add to this collection, actually. Sonic Spinball. Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition. Last Battle. Mickey Mouse Castle of Illusion. Another game that I sunk a lot of hours into as a kid. I remember playing this, and I remember always being able to get, I think it was Miguel Nadal, who's more famous now for being Rafa Nadal's uncle. I think he was always on a free transfer. That's Premier Manager. Put so much time into this. This was before my Championship Manager and Football Manager days. I think Bergkamp was the best player on this game, if I remember rightly. So yeah, a lot of nostalgia for that one. Mega Games 2. Mega Games 3. Flashback. Super Thunderblade. Royal Rumble. Shout out to the Rated R Superstar. I don't watch WWE anymore, to be fair, guys. I loved it as a kid. I love the Attitude Era. And if I do watch it now, I tend to watch the old stuff on YouTube and that. From when I used to watch it as a kid. Stone Cold versus Vince McMahon days. But things like Royal Rumbles, I do keep my ear to the ground and I do take a look at things like that. But I certainly don't watch it week in, week out. Sonic 3. Altered Beast. A couple of my favourite games on the system. Streets of Rage and Streets of Rage 2. I did actually have Streets of Rage 3. I bought it from CEX. Part of a CEX roulette went wrong. It came and it was so badly faded. Even the spine was really badly sun faded. Yeah, it just pissed me off. Every time I looked at it, it just annoyed me. So that went back. But then a win on CEX roulette that we had on a relatively recent pickups video was Comic Zone. Great game this. Difficult. I don't think I've got past the 3rd level yet. But yeah, good game. One of my favourites. Shinobi Shadow Dancer. James Pond 3, EA Sports Doubleheader, Hockey and Football, Chuck Rock 2, didn't like that one. We're getting through them now. Micro Machines 2 and Micro Machines Turbo Tournament 96. I love the Micro Machines games. So much fun playing these throughout the time. Just love it. Getting pissed off, flying off the snooker table and the kitchen worktop. But yeah, great fun, them games. I always used to be Jethro, I think. Jethro or Spider. Shout out to them. Terminator. Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3. I think this is the last game, but there's a story with this one. Echo the Dolphin. This was one of them games that was hyped up to be brilliant, and it turned out to be shit. And the graphics were fantastic. And I remember as a kid I got it, and I didn't have a clue. It was far too advanced for me at that time. What year was it? 1992. Yeah, I mean I was like 6, something like that, 5, 6, 7 when I got my hands on this. Didn't have a clue. Got to like the first bit of a pool, got stuck. And guys, if you're as old as me, you'll remember there was no CEX, there was no eBay. What you used to do, you used to put it in the local paper, right? You used to put an advert in for the paper, like trade or for sale. Anyway, I was a young kid. Someone rang the home phone, as you did back then, and said, "Oh, go come round and trade it." And I was like, "Yeah." Young kid, didn't know no better. Anyway, some big guy come to the door. I swear to God, I thought it was John Coffey from Green Mile. Yeah, I remember opening the door like. Anyway, he bought some crappy wrestling game. What was it? I think it was it Hall Wrestling or Wrestle War, something like that. Some generic game, non-licensed characters, worth next to nothing. When this was quite an expensive game at the time. You want to swap this? I was like, you know what I mean? I didn't have the balls to say no. I was like, yeah. So I swapped this like, you know, big expensive game for this cheap, crappy wrestling game. It's a memory that's always stuck with me. So yeah, thanks for that, mate. Bullying a young kid. So yeah, I might have to pass it on to somebody. I might have to go and see if I can return the favour to some kid nowadays. Go and knock on the door. Swap something good for something shit. But yeah, nice memory nonetheless. I think that's everything. As I say, it's somewhat of a humble collection. I love the Mega Drive. I'm really enjoying collecting for it. With the Super Nintendo, I've got to that point where most of the attainable and affordable games I've got in my collection. So I'm really enjoying hunting for Mega Drive because there's still a lot out there that I need. But please, guys, let me know in the comments if there's any glaring omissions that you think from this collection within a decent budget. Let me know what you think I should be adding, and I'll definitely take a look. As I said at the start of this video, please make sure you check out part 2 of my favourite video games of all time. Really looking forward to getting that out there. So yeah, and again, another shout out to Sega Zombie, top man. But as always, my friends, play your games, keep it retro, and I will see you on the next one.
Retro Ghetto.